Okay, really quickly, let's just go through some things that you probably need to know here. I'm using the magnifier just so so you can kind of see what's going on here. So, be familiar with obviously the icons, which are the same as the ones in Microsoft Word. You have things like bold, um, bold, um, the font size, the formatting, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so a couple of things. We want to make sure that you understand how to make columns into numbers, into dollar figures, change the format of it. So basically I'm going to put a bunch of numbers in here so you can see the numbers there. I'm just going to highlight that column. I'm going to go up here to the dollar sign, and it will change a column into dollar figures, money values. So if I go in here now and I click the sum button, auto sum button, click on that, you can see what it does here. I just hit enter and it will sum that entire group of cells. So let's say, and I'm not going to fill out all the information, let's say that this is the balance sheet for January. So I can go down here and I can change the sheet by just clicking on the sheet and naming it January. You can see that I named it January there. I can go through and continue to do the same things with all the other sheets. February, etc., etc. Now if I want to add a sheet, I would just go up to the top and go to Insert, Insert, Worksheet. You can see now I've got another worksheet. If you want to move them around, it's pretty easy. Magnifier doesn't work very well here. Just click and move it. I don't know if you can see that. So now I move that to the end. I just click and drag. If I want to have an ending balance sheet here, I just double click and go year end. So if I go to January, if I go to the top, see all my numbers there. Let's say if I want that 191.20 on my year-end balance sheet, so I go on the year-end sheet and I can type in whatever I want, but I'm going to put in January. And again, you can actually click and drag and get the whole year. And what I'm going to do is go into this first cell here. I'm going to hit equals. Oops. Hit equals. Now I'm going to go down, click on my January sheet. I'm going to go into here, click on there, and you can see the marching ants go around. And I hit enter, and now that number is transferred here. Now the nice thing is if I go back to my January sheet, go to the top, and for some reason if these numbers change, right, because you have to recalculate it, it recalculates here on the auto sum, and when I go to the year-end sheet, it also does it also transfers that information. Now, you see the hash marks that were there earlier, it's just because the column wasn't big enough, so you might have to adjust that. Now, if you want to calculate things like profit and loss, let's say if this was an income column, just going to insert a row here. So I got a row there. I'll say income and expenses. Now this is really rough. I don't even have descriptions of each one, but do the same thing. You see that they're not dollar figures yet, so I'm going to click on cells, click on the dollar sign, and now they are dollar figures. Now I want to auto sum the bottom. So again, click on the summation button. See that. Now I can have the monthly total by doing this by equals that, the income minus your expenses, and so we have a net profit of that month of $79.50. Now, let's say if this was a negative number and I want it to show red, so for a loss. So I would go up to Format, Conditional Formatting, and if cell value is equal to or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, that's what they call it. Then I will go, see, less than or equal to, okay, 0. Change the format to, and in this case I'm going to make the background red because we want to show that we're in the red. Okay. So you can see we got $79.50 there, but let's say if for some reason we had $9,000 worth of expenses. As soon as I hit enter, you can see, and again, you just have to adjust the columns, that we're in the red. But again, if that was adjusted, then you can see that it's not. Okay, and again, the year-end balance sheet. So we go to the year-end here. Let's say if I want that monthly total, again, I hit equals. I go back to January. I go up to here, which is the total, $79.95. Hit enter, and you can see that it's on that sheet. Now, here's something that you need to know. If I apply conditional formatting to this cell, 7995, it does not transfer to the year-end sheet. It does not transfer. Okay, so that's the first of the reviews for Excel.